What's going on? Psych Perspectives. Bernie Sanders has announced that he is indeed going to be running as a candidate for presidency. And I'm just going to go on and say you might as well prepare for the shit show that's going to happen with the Democratic Party, because you have the more centered Democrats who are like centered centrists, or more for a moderate centered Democrat. You have the establishment Democrats who are also tend to be more moderate and in the middle, and the establishment also tends to be really in the pocket of special interest groups and super PACs and for the wealthier people. And then you have the progressive Dems, the progressive liberals, the far left liberals, who are going to be leaning more towards socialism and democratic socialism, and basically a government that works for the people. And they're going to be more leaning towards the Green Party type and the Bernie Sanders type. So I can just already personally see the shit show. Again, Bernie Sanders announces his 2020 presidential bid. This is being brought to me by NPR.org. I'll leave links as usual. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont is giving it another go, launching a second campaign for the White House 4 years after surprising Democrats with a strong bid for the party's 2016 nomination. Quote, "We began the political revolution in the 2016 campaign, and now it's time to move the revolution forward," the independent senator told Vermont Public Radio in an interview airing Tuesday morning. Now, granted, this is what doesn't make sense to me. This is also why we need to get rid of the two-party political system stranglehold that we have in the U.S. when it comes to government and politics. Bernie Sanders is a self-proclaimed independent, yet he's running under the Democratic Party, which is why it causes so much strife and turmoil. Because if you're truly independent, why don't you run as an independent and stop trying to associate with the Democratic Party, stop using the Democratic Party to promote you, stop using the Democratic Party's money, associating with them, and just be an independent. Let's just be honest, okay? This is why you have the centrist, moderate establishment Democrats getting pissed off with Bernie Sanders. Because it's like, you're not a Democrat, yet you keep trying to attach yourself to the Democratic Party. If you're truly an independent, run as an independent, okay? And that's my personal opinion on that as well. But I just see this being another shit show, you know? And talk about my own biases. I used to identify as a Democrat. I was heavily involved with the Democratic Party, precinct delegate, volunteering. I worked on Bernie Sanders' campaign in the state of Michigan, and working with his campaign, we successfully won the Michigan primary for Bernie Sanders in 2016. After he didn't receive the nomination, I went and I worked, volunteered for Hillary Clinton's campaign. And we saw how that went. We already knew the writing on the wall that she wasn't going to win. I personally like Bernie Sanders, but honestly, I'm not going to be telling people who I'm supporting or who I'm voting for. And I think it's too early anyways to automatically already be talking about what candidate you're supporting. It's 19, for God's sake. It's February 19th, 2019. It's too early, in my opinion, to be leaning support to any candidate. You know, we haven't really heard what any of your platforms are. And then honestly, if you're still going to be running the same bullshit from 3 years ago, I personally don't want to deal with a lot of y'all. Because I don't have time for the shit show. I don't have time to be getting my hopes up. Because really, this is all about drama and entertainment if you really sit down and think about it. Again, I'll leave links in the description box below. But for my personal opinion and experience, I just see this being another shit show for the Democratic Party. Democrats don't get it together, which, looking at how things are, you have, 20-something presidential candidates already, and it's 2019. There's probably going to be more people coming in and more people dropping out. I just see another shit show, and I also see, if they continue this unbalanced craziness going on, and the infighting and fighting other Democrats and fighting other liberals and progressives and independents and everyone's arguing and fighting. I just see Donald Trump being reelected in 2020 if they don't get it together. Perspectives in the comment box below.